In between Niemi saying no, we had Cristobal Hue and Marty Turco, and then a very shaky Corey Crawford in the playoffs just last season as the Hawks exited in the first round to the Coyotes. Chris, now he's a Stanley Cup champion goalie and seems very cool about it. He's a very cool operator, doesn't get shaken very much. What does this mean for his confidence and for him going forward?
Well, if there was one person that always believed in Corey Crawford, it was Corey Crawford. And it was kind of a moment last night when I got on the ice while they were carrying the cup around, and I walked up to Corey Crawford, and he was very emotional. He was looking for he just talked to his parents, and he just said, my family was my whole life. My whole career wasn't for them. And it was just Corey Crawford at his finest moment. He was the guy. I said, any redemption here? He said, I always believed, and the guys in the room always believed. So, it didn't matter what anybody else was saying. He kind of always knew he had this in him. A little shaky at times, of course. We saw what happened against the Coyotes last year, but that's part of the growth process of a goaltender. And we saw him really mature over the season, and he's really played at a top level. And when the rest of the Blackhawks weren't playing all that well during the postseason, Corey Crawford was the guy who kept them in the series. Certainly Detroit and even LA when LA started coming on. So I had him number one in the vote. I think there were 16 of us overall with the Conn Smythe voting, and I had him number one with Kane 2 and Patrick Sharp 3. But Patrick Kane won the voting there, and I think Corey Crawford deserved it.
Yeah, I thought Crawford got totally hosed. He was good in the finals. He was more outstanding in other rounds. I mean, they came back from 3-1 against Detroit because they had great goaltending. It gave him a chance to score goals and gave him a chance to figure things out. And that's what great goaltending can do. As far as standing on his head, he made enough big saves. He's a big enough guy. Even when everybody in the world knew they were going to go glove side, they couldn't do it enough against him to beat him, to beat him 4 times. And that's the maturing that we've seen, the maturation process of Corey Crawford from the guy who gave up those awful overtime goals against Phoenix to Michael Bodker, to the guy who was stoning some of the best scorers, best shooters, hardest shooters in the league at the most critical time is quite it legitimizes him and it validates the decision to go with him and stick with him. So the Crawford and the Hawks get full marks for all of that.